Hello, Card Runners Training. This is John back for part 3 of Size Does Matter. And we just finished this King Jack hand. Played it a little poorly. Small mistakes, but in the light of things, they can add up. So let's move on to the next hand. Alrighty, same guy. And I've got chips. We can do a little bit of research here. Fold big blind versus small blind, pretty good amount of the time. So we are going to be raising here. Should be. So yeah, we just 3x it. He mucks. And I've got history with this guy now too. I really don't think he wants to mess with me too much. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. This guy here, it's another situation where honestly, I mean, it's got a good stack size to attack. And if I 3-bet here, these guys could 4-bet wide, but I don't think that this guy for sure is gonna. I think NorCal Ho is gonna be the one that is gonna be most capable of doing that. But then again, I don't really think that they want to put 33 big blinds at this point in the middle against me, or a 4-bet where they're not gonna be able to assume too much equity. And also another thing I can do is just call again, and given his stack size, I might just raise any flop because I have the button. And then again, it applies a lot of pressure to him where they have to decide if they want to play for all their chips or maybe call. And if this guy does not double barrel enough, given his stack size, just calling any C-bet is going to put him in an awkward situation to where they're probably not going to double barrel as much. So they don't C-bet a ton, and they have not C-bet the turn in their sample yet. So this is a person I think that their stack size here is going to leave them exploitable. Let's see what I end up doing. Okay, I just decided to call. Now, the downside of calling here is that one of these guys can squeeze. With 8K in the middle, I like Brew Crew's stack to ship here. NorCal's is going to be a little different. They could probably make it 9K here and then fold, but I think their 9K as a steal would be okay, except when it gets back to me, I have too many chips, and I'll probably just call the 6K. Because my hand can flop well. So maybe it's not as great of a spot for him to do that, but there we go. And we flop top pair, so that makes it easier. They check, and they don't c-bet a lot, so that basically means to me that they had missed, but I also don't want to just let them realize their equity if they have something like King Jack, Ace King, Ace Jack, or whatever else they may have. And given the fact that it's got some draws out here, I might even be able to... Oh, the pot's a bit too small. But yeah, I definitely want to bet. I thought it was bigger. I was just going to shove to make it look like a draw. But so they check. And I did shove to make it look like a draw. Well, this is probably... this is probably a bit much here, I think. And like I was just saying in the last video, I don't really like putting too much my chips at risk. But given they don't c-bet much, again, I think they're c-betting when they hit, and they're c-betting some strong draws. So they probably have completely missed here, and they don't have that big of a hand. So I don't hate the shove because their range looks super weak. Like they just need to realize equity. I'm probably ahead, and I shut them down here. Maybe I can get them to call with like 9s or 10s when I shove here, but I'm on the fence. I do some kooky stuff like this from time to time, and I've definitely been called by worse. So let's see, they'll probably just fold. Yeah. So again, as you can see, now granted this person regularly c-bets a bit more honestly, but from their stack size, I actually applaud them for not just robotically c-betting, because they save themselves a lot of chips, especially if they know they're c-betting against an aggro guy who's not going to just give up to one bet often, which is definitely something else you need to be considering.